What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. I'm Michigan Sports Talk here, and in this one, we go over Michigan's bowl game details. They will be taking on Alabama. We also got some transfer portal news. Michigan set to host a couple transfer portal targets. Also, the latest Michigan players to enter the transfer portal. Also got the latest on Michigan's offensive coordinator search. One name who is trending and picking up steam right now. Also got some recruiting news. Go over the recent quarterback commit from Chase Herbstreit. Also some big news on a 5-star and also #1 recruit in the 2026 class, offensive tackle, and Michigan basketball ranked in the top 25 finally. It's all going to be in this video and more, so let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so to start this video, Michigan did find out what bowl game and which team they will be taking on. They will be playing in ReliaQuest Bowl. They will be taking on Alabama in a Rose Bowl rematch from last season. It's scheduled for December 31st, 2024, and it will be played at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on New Year's Eve. And the bowl game is in Tampa, Florida. So pretty interesting. A 7-5 Michigan team going up against the first team out of the college football playoffs and the number 11 team in the country, Alabama. And should be a pretty interesting game. You know, both teams have a bunch of players entering the transfer portal. A lot of players going to be entering the draft, not playing in this game. So, but it is a great opportunity for this team. Michigan also will have early enrollees. I believe the number is 16 early enrollees for Michigan right now, so that'll be good. And obviously, one of the biggest ones is Bryce Underwood. The spotlight will be on him. We'll be able to see him in some bowl game practices. So Michigan taking on Alabama in the ReliaQuest Bowl. Then I did want to talk about some transfer portal news here for Michigan. Michigan has been in contact with multiple targets already, and the transfer portal has opened for all college football players today. But one guy they are expected to host for a visit is an SEC cornerback, and that is the Mississippi State transfer cornerback Bryce Pollock, and he'll be taking a visit to Ann Arbor beginning Tuesday. He's a 6'1", 190-pound cornerback, has played 2 seasons at Mississippi State, and will have 2 years of eligibility remaining. Now, he did appear in 23 games with 15 starts in those 2 seasons. Also started in all 12 games in 2024, totaling 48 tackles, 10 pass breakups, 1 interception, and a forced fumble. Had a 72 PFF coverage grade, which ranked 14th among SEC cornerbacks. Has only allowed this season 25 receptions for 294 yards and 2 touchdowns on 45 targets. Now, Mississippi State's defense wasn't that great this season. He was one of the bright spots on the defense, so Michigan getting a visit right there. And I did mention in my last video that, cornerback is a position in need for Michigan. They're going to at least need to get 1 or 2 cornerbacks from the transfer portal. And, the past 2 seasons, Michigan has added a veteran experienced cornerback out of, Josh Wallace. And then this past season was Amir Hall. And then another potential visitor in the transfer portal for Michigan is one we already talked about. That is the Northwestern transfer offensive lineman Josh Thompson, as he is set to visit Auburn, Ohio State, and also Michigan State this week. And according to Ellen True of 24/7 Sports, he is expected to finalize official visits with Michigan, South Carolina, LSU, and Tennessee. But he's working through the details with those schools currently. So, we've talked about him a little bit. He is one of the best offensive linemen in the portal right now, and had the 8th highest rank among guards in the Big Ten and SEC combined per PFF. Also is a Michigan native from Fenton, Michigan. So expect a visit for Michigan from Josh Thompson, who was one of the best offensive linemen in the portal right now. And Michigan's going to need a few offensive linemen from the transfer portal, as they're already seeing multiple offensive linemen enter the transfer portal, which will go over the latest Michigan players to enter the portal. First, start with the linebacker Christian Boyvin. He was a 4-year contributor, mainly on special teams, but he entered the portal. And then also offensive lineman Dominic Giudice, he entered the transfer portal. He started 5 games at center for Michigan this past season. Then also Michigan quarterback Jaden Denegale entered the transfer portal. Offensive lineman Andrew Gentry entered the transfer portal, and also linebacker Micah Pollard entered the portal. He announced today as well. So those are the latest players to enter the portal, and there's going to be more as expected. Michigan, like we talked about in our previous video, with the roster limits now, we're going to be seeing a lot of players entering the portal, especially since Michigan also wants to add players from the portal. So that's the latest there on the transfer portal. It's going to be heating up, though. I mean, Michigan, we've been saying it. It's going to be a crazy transfer portal offseason here, not only for Michigan, but other teams as well. I mean, coaches are going to be hitting the portal hard. Michigan, obviously willing to spend money now. So, it's going to be fun. Michigan going to be hitting the portal hard. And then as far as the offensive coordinator search for Michigan, it has been very quiet, which could potentially be a good thing. Maybe Sherrod Moore has his eye on someone. One guy who has been picking up steam is the Toledo head coach Jason Candle, which was a candidate we listed as a potential offensive coordinator candidate for Michigan. He's a 45-year-old Toledo head coach, has gone 72-40 in his 9 years, also has won 2 MAC championships, and also, like we mentioned before in the channel, he did have success with a dual threat quarterback like Bryce Underwood with DeQuan Finn in 2023. And according to Sam Webber, the Michigan Insider, he said that Jason Candle is trending the strongest right now. And also Chris Ballas of the Wolverine did say that his name seems to have picked up steam. So should be interesting here. Also interesting, how long this takes. Obviously, Sherrod Moore, he's going to want to get this done, as fast as possible, but also take his time and get the right guy. But, you kind of do need to try and get somebody as soon as possible for the transfer portal targets you're going after, so they know, what they're going to be coming into, at least, for the offensive targets. So let me know what you guys think about that. But so far has been pretty quiet for the most part. And then we did get some recruiting news. We'll first start with a recent commitment from a 2025 3-star quarterback Chase Herbstreit, who is the son of former Ohio State player and current ESPN college football analyst Kirk Herbstreit. Michigan was the only school that offered him, and he committed and signed with Michigan. Now, Michigan, they did want a second quarterback in the class along with Bryce Underwood, obviously, but they wanted 2 quarterbacks in this class regardless. So not only was Chase Herbstreit an Ohio State legacy recruit, but it does add depth to the Michigan quarterback room, which they do need. So it's a good little pickup. And according to On3 rankings director Charles Power, he said that Herbstreit showed continued improvement as a senior while playing top competition at St. Xavier, which is in the state of Ohio. Chase Herbstreit does come from Cincinnati, Ohio. Said he lines up under center and is comfortable in the drop back passing game, and showed some really encouraging movement skills and rushing ability. He had 1,598 yards and 18 touchdowns with 5 interceptions. Also had 649 rushing yards with 8 rushing touchdowns on the season. So, it seems like a nice little pickup here for Michigan. He's a competitor, and like I said, just adds to the depth in the quarterback room, which is what Michigan wanted. It's why they wanted 2 quarterbacks in this class. And then we did get some news on a 5-star offensive tackle, the 2026 #1 recruit Jackson Cantwell from the state of Missouri, goes to Nixa High School. He is 6'8", 300 pounds, and he will be taking a visit to Michigan on December 15th, following his visit to Ohio State on December 14th. Other teams like Alabama, Georgia, LSU, Missouri, Nebraska are in the mix. So some big news there. Michigan, Sherrod Moore is not messing around on the offensive line right now. They are going after Ty Haywood still, who's the 5-star offensive tackle currently committed to Alabama in the 2025 class. They're trying to add a cherry on top to the 2025 class, getting him to go along with their already 5-star offensive tackle commit Andrew Babalola. Also seems like Sherrod Moore is going to be trying to add, a lot more talent from the transfer portal on the offensive line. But I did want to end this video by talking about Michigan basketball. Michigan coming in at number 14 in this week's top 25 AP poll, and the latest AP poll released for college basketball. It is their first ranking in the AP poll since November 2022. As Michigan, they are hot right now, 7 in a row, beating an undefeated Wisconsin team at the time, and then also they beat Iowa. Both games were really great games and thrillers to watch. Michigan does play Arkansas tomorrow at 9 p.m. Should be another great one to watch. This team, very fun to watch. But with that, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure to go ahead, drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe for more if you are new around here. I greatly appreciate it, and we will see you guys in the next video. Go Blue.